Hey, amazing parents. So here are some, let me call it family lessons. I was going to say parenting lessons, but I'm going to say family lessons, really, from Tobi Amusan's journey to become the world champion in the 100 meters hurdles. Congratulations again to Tobi. Okay, number one, her mother's belief in her. Her mother even believed in her before she believed in herself. And that is key. And as a parent, a mom or a dad, your belief in your child is what makes their own belief really expand and flourish. When they know that you believe in them, no matter the struggles they go through, they will still be able to rise up because they know there's one person, there are two people, there are some family members that believe in me. So your belief in your children is key. And even when you then believe in them, act it, speak it. Show them that you believe in it in your everyday conversations with them. So that's number one. Number two, I would say the father's doubt in her abilities is there, and it's been spoken about. And so he was against her going into sports. Here, this is not to criticize the dad. The dad is acting out based on what he knows. But I'm going to say something. In today's world, there's now more information about what parenting is about the opportunities out there for children. Maybe in her dad's time, it was academics. Without the school, you can't go anywhere. And so he's bringing in that mentality into parenting today. But parenting today, we know that in families, we know that in our world today, academics is not the only way forward. And so he's against it. And, on the BBC article that I read, apparently he even burnt her running gears when he found out that she had gone for competitions. Again, not because he hasn't got the knowledge. He hasn't got the understanding of what today's world is all about. And here's the twist. You know what? In time, he's going to come around. And that's the thing. But I'm also going to add this part to this scenario because yes, he was against it. Yes, he didn't understand it and was adamantly against it. But the mom who believed continued. And this is what I want to encourage parents, because I have lots of parents who say, oh, my husband doesn't believe in this type of parenting. And that. And even if he doesn't believe, that's okay. We're not here to force people to do the right thing. Even if your husband doesn't believe or your wife doesn't believe, as long as you believe, you play your part. Your children, our children need at least one parent who believes in them. Guess what? If they have two parents that believe in them, the better. But if they have at least one who is embracing this daring to parent differently, who is supporting them, who is positively speaking into their lives, who is positively doing the discipline and not with the aggression and the shouting and the constant excessive punishments. If you have at least one parent who is not doing that and who is giving that support, that nourishing encouragement side of it all, your children are good. And so I love this mom for standing up and for continuing. I can relate to her so much. I love it. And you see, at the end of the day, the main thing is, yes, we can disagree on the ways we do things, but disagree with respect and peace. And that is one key thing, because when a parent who is probably the one who wants to do the positive things and the other parent is not on board with it or sticking to the old ways that they grew up with, this disagreement is not a disrespectful kind of way to display it. No. Agree to disagree. But you dare make sure that you continue to support your child. Because at the end, the unsupportive parent would usually come on board. And if you had sat back because the unsupportive parent wasn't ready, then you're going to have yourself to blame. So it's okay. Many of us don't understand things at the same time. But be respectful. Stay in peace. That's my message. But please continue to support your child. We've seen the evidence here. Another part of this point I want to talk about is your supportive system. You see, parenting is not something that is done alone. I tell you something, it's not something you can do alone. We need to have a strong support network around us. It could be friends, it could be coaches, it could be the medical teams, your the doctors, the school. We are all supportive systems that work together, and like the village we talk about for our children. I noted about two parts in that article that I read from BBC Sports, that Tobi, when she was in secondary school, she was part of the soccer team, so she used to play football. Okay. But she was all over the place. She was all over the place on the field. So the coach advised her. I love this part. The coach advised her to go into track, to move into track. What I love about this, it says the coach suggested, please pick that point. The coach suggested that she tried a track team, and I picked up from that. So rather than the coach criticize her out of the soccer because she was all over the place, he didn't do that, or she didn't do it. She didn't do that. I don't know what the coach was, but the coach, rather than criticize Tobi out of the soccer game, the coach suggested, and this was a key part to her journey, because she left the soccer team and went into the track team. And in the track team, she became the fastest in the relay team. So that coach played a big part in her shift. And I want to encourage us that it's important that we recognize the support system we have around us. Because a word, a suggestion can help shift our children to another level. So very important for that. That's what this coach. Then along the line, while she was now doing the running, going into competitions, she did kind of have a situation where they were picking, when they want to pick relay teams for the international games and all these things, the coaches or the officials were picking their favorites, and she wasn't part of it. Again, a coach suggested that she tries Huddles. I want you to pick these things that are going on in this story. So in this, her journey from her mom supporting her to the coach suggesting that she moves from soccer to track, then now that she's getting all these competitions and stuff, trying to get her way into going into these medal sport games and stuff, a coach again suggests to her to go into Huddles. So she goes to that. And that's how she did and won the African Games in Congo. And that win was what catapulted her to get a scholarship to go to Texas. And if you can look at the story, you can see that this wasn't just about her mom. No. So I want to bring that to parents, that we don't do this on our own. This wasn't about her mom alone. The coaches were there. The mom's support was still around there, because no matter what she was facing, the ups and the downs, she still had her mother's belief in her that she can do this. And she kept on doing it. And you could see from her words, 2016, 2017, she, with all the track records she had, yes, she was still believing. One day, she's going to be the world champion. And today, she's the world champion. So belief, having that support around you, perseverance, consistency, never giving up. But if she didn't have people around her, that supportive network, she may have given up. So parents, we are in this journey to be a support system to our children. Academics are great, but please observe your children. What are the gifts that God has put in your children's lives? Nurture those gifts. Help them to nurture those gifts so that your children can be the world champions in their areas of gifting. It's really key. Beautiful, beautiful lessons. And thank you. I got this the article from BBC Sports, so I acknowledge them for that. The lessons are just beautiful and life-changing. So please be a support to your children. They need you. Your belief in them is key. Take care. What did you get from it as well? What are the lessons that you picked from this as well? Take care.